Hey there, folks. RiniMT here, and welcome back to Game of Fortune. In the last part, we wrapped up the third game of the route where Evan took the second tent. So giving it to Kishi. So Kishi's gone. And now, we're about to play Bandit King. We are strapped to the chairs, so we can't escape. Hopefully the chairs are strapped down, otherwise we can just like hop away. But anyway. Ahem. Bandit King is a game where you all try and steal as much money as possible to come out as the king of bandits. Each of you will start with $100 in your personal account, and each round you will attempt to steal more from the bank. As bandits, you all don't steal from one another, but from the bank. If the bank starts off with $400, in each preceding round they'll add $400 more to it. Each round of play, you'll anonymously decide how much you want to steal from the bank from 0 to the maximum amount that's in the bank. After you've all entered in your amount, I'll reveal everyone's choices. Seems simple enough thus far. Indeed, but here's where things get tricky. If the amount of money stolen from the bank is less than or equal to the maximum in the bank, the player that stole the least amount of money will receive nothing. It'll be like they stole nothing at all. Most is still chump change anyway. If you're gonna be a bandit, you might as well go for the biggest cut. Well, beware, William, because there's one other clause you need to watch out for. The amount of money stolen from the bank exceeds the amount currently in it. The player attempting to steal the most will lose half their current earnings. Of course, that this also means that none of the other bandits who attempt to steal get any money either, but them's the breaks. You can't banish bandits for being greedy. That's like what they're all about. Well, you have to find a balance, and I say an easygoing balance. Finally, every 2 rounds, the player with the least amount of money in their possession will be eliminated from the game. And by eliminated, you mean killed, of course. I think we all could have figured that one out. Well, good to know you're all on the same page. That's all the rules you need to know. Any questions? I have one. What are we going to do in the event of a tie? If 2 bandits steal the same amount, which happens to be the lowest, do they both receive nothing if the total stolen doesn't exceed what's in the bank? Yes, in the event of a tie, the bandits that stole the least will receive nothing. Then goes for if the bandits that stole the most tie but went over the bank limit. They both lose half of their money. What about the 2 players that have the least amount of money tie at the end of the killing round? Did they both die? Yes, unless they're the only 2 players. This game needs a winner, so we'll just have to continue playing as the remaining players ends up tying. Anything else? And so as we all seem to get the gist of the game. Excellent! Then let me give you bandits something real quick. They'll snap their fingers and a set of tablets appeared in front of each of us. You can use this to determine how much money you want to steal from the bank. Of course, here comes the money! A stack of blue bills fell into the center of the table as well as in front of each of us. Wait, is this supposed to be our money? These are just bills with your face on them. They're belt bucks! Aren't they the most wonderful currency you've ever seen? Look, some of them have very interesting portraits of yours, truly. Yes, Belle, I can see they're quite flattering. I think it's neat. Look, this one's got a picture of Belle posing on a table. What kind of pictures are on these bills? Oh, have I caught your eye? Does the beauty of my form not incentivize you to get even more money? You manage to get 1,000 bell bucks, you'll get a special bill that has a very special picture on it. Really? Really? I feel less motivated to earn as much as possible now. Well, that's your choice. Good luck and good fortune, my band of merry misfits. Interesting. Interesting? Oh, don't mind me. I was just doing some thinking. I was saying that he had tapped away on his tablet quickly before fleeing back into his seat. You picked them out already? I'm good with numbers. I'm an accountant, you know. Managing money, assets, things like that are pretty easy for me. Don't think that just because you've got experience managing money, it gives you a leg up in this game. Oh, I wouldn't dare think such a thing. I'm sure that you'll make a challenging opponent, William. That's right. So let's see, what should I pick? Obviously, I'll be a Bandit King, so I should probably take the most money. You're right. Go ahead and take as much as you can. They'll sing songs of, oh, Willie the Bandit King, killed by his greed. Don't call me Willie. It's better to die greedy than die with nothing. That's just a fact of life. Spoken like a true Bandit King. Will they continue their bickering? I try to think of a strategy. What was a good amount of money to try and steal? Let's try and think about the logistics. Right now, each of us has $400. Was it 100? Hold up. Hold up. Consistency. Where is it? Each you... I guess 400 between them. $400 between them, 400 in the bank. But she says each of us has 400. That's a consistency issue. Because Belle said you each have 100, and now Devon's saying each of us has 400. Which is it? How am I supposed to figure out this game? I know it's just a novel, but how am I supposed to figure out the rules if they're not giving me consistent amounts of money? I'm gonna say it's probably the 400, but it might be the 100. I don't know. It's inconsistent. Arg! Okay, bank credit is $400. Yeah, because she says as well, so I'm thinking it's supposed to be 400 each, not 100 each. Anyway. Still too low and you gain no money. Still too much, you can lose half of what you have. Really, you want to steal the most amount of money without going over the bank's limit. If you were to stay somewhere in the middle, you ended up being behind in cash and had to do something risky to catch up. There's the 4 of us here, so I should also consider that most people here are also going to try to steal the most they can with as little risk as possible. To know that, the best amount to steal would be... I'm thinking it's in the middle. Or like my cut, like a fourth of it, which would be 100. I'm thinking. I think 50 is too low. And 200 is too high. So we're gonna go 100. That should be the ideal amount, right? Think about it now, actually, it's just the best math-wise. We're gonna split among 4 people equally as 100. If anyone tries to take more than that, they'll put themselves at risk of overstealing. Expect anyone to try and take the most they can without overstealing. The 100 is the only number you can pick. Go lower, you'll just end up screwing yourself over. Yeah, 100 should... Yeah, that's kind of where I got here. If that's the case, how's anyone supposed to win? Guess I'll figure it out with time. For now, best to play it safe. That's what everyone else is going to be doing after all. Entering a value on the tablet and looked back to see what the others were doing. And that's why none of the other bandits would bother turning against me. I'm so charismatic and respected that they couldn't imagine a future without me. You have a real high opinion of yourself, you know? Well, if not me, then who? Once I have to agree with you. I don't think anyone else here at all thinks as highly of you as you do. Damn straight. Doesn't even get that was a diss. Are you two done having your little spat? Oh, I could go on for hours, but I don't want to torture you and Everett. Thank you for being considerate. We had paused for a moment before entering a number into our tablet. We paused and did the same on his. Alright, everyone, that's it for the first round. Let's see who's gonna get away with the most loot. Devin 100, Maria 100, William 100, Everett 100. Wow, a 4-way tie. Technically, you all stole the most at least. But it's an even tie, so nobody loses anything. I'll shrug and give us each $100. Why the long face, Devin? Oh, nothing, it's just, well, it's a little weird, isn't it? Optimal way to play this game is to always steal $100 when there's 400 in the pot, right? How exactly are we supposed to win this? Isn't it impossible? That does appear to be the case. Well, obviously someone's just gonna have to be the fall guy. Would you be so noble as to be that guy, William? If you did, I might have some nice things to say about you. For once. You could say a lot of great things about me now if you wanted to. I think I'll hold off. Oh, the point still stands. Unless someone makes a move, we're gonna be here forever. That doesn't sound so bad. Turning Belle's company could be worse. I know you're joking, but I really don't want to spend all of time at a table with Belle, you, and Everett. Wait. What do you mean? Oh, Devin's fine though. I'm sure we get along and make a good couple in eternity. Yeah, I could see it. What about me? What's wrong with me? You're too immature. Maybe in a few more years. Everett laughed as he continued to press buttons on his tablet. First Laura, now Maria. Oh, William, you can't be falling for every woman that your eyes fall upon. What are you talking about? That's not it. I know, but it is a little funny. You have to admit. Ah, young love really is a charming thing. Ugh. William put his entry into his tablet. Sorry, I got distracted. Well, I guess for now there's no reason for us to try anything new, especially since it's an execution round. Right, best to play it safe. Enter in 100 for my tablet once more, wait for Belle's results. Another round done! Let's see how things go. Results are Evan 100, Maria 100, William 100, Everett 100. Whoa, another tie! What are the odds of that? Pretty high, considering how you set the rules. Well, yeah, I guess. But I'm sure you'll break the stalemate eventually. Go ahead and see our winnings and once again added another stack of money into the center. Normally this is where I'd end up killing someone, but seeing as how everyone has the same amount of cash, it'd be anticlimactic. So hurry up and make some moves! Yeah, we're working on it. Well, how about this? I'll only steal $50 this round. You put yourself at risk like that? Well, that was a safe chance to do it as any, right? Besides, depending on how things go, it'd be the smart move. Are you saying that you're bluffing? Who's to say, Devin? But if I say I'm gonna steal 50, then someone ought to take the bait, right? I say it like that, it's obviously just a bait. You're right, gotta sweeten the pot a little, or at least make it a little bit more interesting. How about this? If I don't steal $50, then I'll give each of you $50. I can do that, can't I, Belle? You can make whatever deals you want and do whatever you want with your money. I don't really care. Seriously, we can just take people's money? Take? No. You can't steal from your fellow bandits. But if you want to trade or give money away, well, that's fair game. The only issue I have with this is the lack of enforcement. You can promise just about anything you want, but when push comes to shove, how do we know you're going to keep your word and not betray us? This is usually where a contract would come in handy. Sheesh, you're so uptight about the rules and stuff. Someone's gotta make a move to shake things up. I know eventually we'll have to shake things up, but I can't just blindly accept these conditions as fact. If you're too paranoid, you're gonna miss out on an opportunity to grab some much needed cash. And if you're too naive, you'll end up getting tricked and make a fool out of yourself. Like that'll never happen. Are you really okay with giving up that much money, Maria? Well, yeah, but it's like... Oh, let me think for a bit. Oh, it's like you remember how we worked out, and it was painful, right? But the results at the end are worth the pain. We did push-ups, sit-ups, squats, and planks. Sure, it hurts in the moment, but it was worth it, right? The same thing here. A little pain, but it's for the sake of victory. When it works out, we'll celebrate with a glass of chocolate milk. Ew. I don't really get your explanation at all, but, like, I'm just gonna go for it. No point in not taking advantage of this, right? I warned you, that could be a trap now, didn't I? Well, you just be a pansy and steal low. See if I care. Make victory all the more easy for me. If you say so, William. Both William and Everett entered in their choices on the tablets. Maria followed right behind them and looked at me. Well, looks like you're the only holdout left. Be careful with how much you steal. I bet that someone is going to get really greedy. Right, I'll keep that in mind. Something she said earlier was weird. Or maybe I'm just reading into it too much? Either way, I have to make a choice. William and Maria's gonna steal only 50, then the safest would be to take 116.66, right? Or it'd be best to steal 100 and just be safe. Of course, even playing it safe isn't always the best play. I might end up falling behind, but that's the risk I have to consider. Oh god. So I assume this is the math to put us back at 400 if the others think the same. This would be the safe bet. Do 100. 100 should be the best bet. Mainly because I'm pretty sure Maria is lying about stealing $50. I mentioned all those exercises, but none of those were the ones that we actually did. And she mentioned chocolate milk. I guess that's meant to be a recovery drink? I distinctly remember that horrible, unexpected taste of pickle juice way back then. Yeah, she's trying to send a signal to me that she's lying. Maybe she's trying to catch the others off guard? No doubt that she plans to steal 100 herself and is hoping that someone oversteals. Let's just confirm that's the case. Ugh, this is hard. I think so. I think it's rather simple. Don't fall for their bluff and play the game as best you can. You're right. I guess I just feel as though I'm in a pickle here. There it is. That's gotta be a confirming smile. Okay, then all I have to do now is play normally, steal 100 and be done with this. Maybe someone will end up making a mistake and overstealing after all. Run my choice on the tablet and wait for Belle to bring in the news. And so we've come to the end of another thrilling round. Will things shake up finally? Will we get some kind of mix-up? Let's see. Results are 700, Maria 100, William 100, Everett 116.66. Yes. Perfect. Everything went just like I thought it would. Belle to Everett, who seemed to be shocked by the revelation. Well, since Everett stole way too much money, and there isn't enough in the bank, he's gonna lose half of what he owns. Watch as half of Everett's bills burned away into blue cinders. I see. So it appeared that I've been duped. Well, now look at who was it fell for the bait after all. Who's the naive one now? This stings twice as much knowing that he didn't end up falling for the trick as well. Well, duh, of course I wouldn't follow the trick. I was there. You were there? You have all this plan hashed out long before this game? Well, I wouldn't call it a plan. It was really just a workout. Maybe I got the extras mixed up and definitely mentioned the wrong recovery trick? They wouldn't know. This happened when he went through the first door in the second round. Let's see, so this was me just a scheme you came up with on the spot. What can I say? I'm a quick thinker. Though I'm more surprised that William caught on it all. I figured it would just fly over his head. Are you making fun of me because I'm short? No, Willie, that's just a saying. Good God, this is what I'm talking about. I really don't understand what's going through his head sometimes. Inner workings of my mind are too complex for you to understand. The stuff of champions. See what I'm working with here? I can't win against this. Well, in the end, what matters is that Everett is basically out of the running now, right? That appears to be the case. Everett sighed as he leaned back in his chair and shook his head. Well, can't win them all. You know, for someone on death's doorstep, you don't seem all that worried. You have something up your sleeve. Well, death isn't all that scary to me. Not anymore. Especially not after what I've gone through. What have you gone through exactly? Some painful experience I'd like to not go through again, but if I did, I'm sure I'd make it out alive. As for if I have something up my sleeve, nope. I've got nothing. I'm just gonna sit this next round out and accept my execution with grace. Really? Free to doubt me. It's not like it's gonna change anything. You say so. Forget about him! We've got a fresh stack of money to fight for! Or really, I guess it's extra 400, right? So we're fighting for $800 now. And now that it's just the three of us, things will get more interesting, right? You can't easily split 800 between 3 people. Yeah, there'd be 2 pennies left over. Most you can get away with is 266.66. Whoa, you figured it out that fast? Yeah, I did. I'll admit, I'm not used to doing mental math that quickly or accurately. I knew all I need to be good at math was have my life on the line. Well, your math definitely seems to be about right. So your next best bet would be 266.67 or 266.68, right? That is, if you assume your opponents will end up stealing the 66 as your default. Of course, there's also a risk that if you pick the wrong number, you'll oversteal. Say if 2 of you pick 67 and 1 person picks 68, or all of you pick 67 or 68. I'm not rating the whole number, I'm just rating the pennies. The safest thing to do, always pick 66, right? Right, but again, all variance can happen. You could have something like 1 person picking 66 and 2 people 67, then you'll be in real trouble. Well, I'm glad I don't have to think this one through. Ish, there really are a lot of options to pick from. Well, no matter, the champ always finds a way to win. You know, William, I think that's what's confusing me the most about you. I don't get where all your confidence comes from. It comes internally! It's like a well in my soul that just gushes out of a sense of pride and confidence. Like, William, you're the best. We know that you're gonna win in just about everything. Right, but like, what are you trying to win for? Yourself? Is this some ego thing for you? Oh, that's what you're asking about? Nah, it's ain't an ego thing. Even though I could totally just come here to flex on everyone. Give me a sec. Leon took his hands into his pockets for a minute and pulled out some piece of paper. I couldn't read it from my angle, but there was some kind of writing on it. See, I'm here because... I just wondered a bit before pausing on Everett's, and then he suddenly froze. I took the paper away and then looked down at the table. My dad's sick. Really sick. Like, I've never seen him this week before in my entire life. I said he didn't have much time left to live, and it ain't fair. I knew this place would be my best shot at making sure that he got better. The only reason that I'm even here is because of Elizabeth's connection, so I can't let either of them down. Not her, not my pops. Liam sighed as he rubbed his arm against his face. I heard he lost him once. I don't want to lose him again, you know? I gotta win for him. It's gotta be the best. Counting on me. Father, huh? Quentin, I believe. You know Pops? Well, I wouldn't say I know him personally, but I knew of him. Did Teresa tell you about him? No, she hasn't mentioned him to me. But I knew of him because of trouble those two caused 8 years ago? No, it was 12. Yeah, sounds about right. Well, it's a noble cause to try and ensure your father gets better. Yeah. Jeez, if you said all that from the beginning, you'd be a lot more likable. You can respect someone doing what they can for their family. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm a stand-up guy. If you just tone down the bravado and be more honest, you'll get some better reactions out of people. I'll keep it in mind. Huh, never thought that I'd hear that from William. Ask me, I honestly thought you just wished for, like, money and power. Do you think that low of me? Well, that just seemed to be your personality, but maybe I'm just misinterpreting things? Well, think whatever you want. I know the truth. That all said, especially with all enter in what we want to steal, right? As I said before, we'll be stealing nothing. Everett input his choice on his tablet and then looked up to the rest of us. Right, what number to put down? Any for your thoughts, Maria? How about a kiss instead? You know I do it, but I'm literally strapped to my seat. Such a charmer! Well, here's what I think. Probably best to play things safe after all things considered. We're all trying to win after all, so you have to be careful as to what you people are saying and play even if it seems to be in your best interest. Doesn't that apply to you too? Well, yeah, me too, I guess. But come on, Devin. You think that I'd give you bad advice if it meant I'd save my own skin? What you just said? Yeah. Ouch, that hurt. That sounds like you've got your answer. All you have to do is apply that to everyone. Maria entered in the value onto her tablet, then looked to me. Surely you'll make the right move. Right move? What would be the right move? There's 4 options that stick out to me as my best choices. There's 68, 67, 66, and 200. Stealing 266 makes the most sense if I'm assuming that Everett isn't going to try and steal any money. From there, I'd have to decide how I want to steal the most money possible. Those 3 options, the 66 is the best, safest. But if Maria or William steal more than that, I'd be at a disadvantage in the later rounds. If Everett ends up stealing nothing, I'll be a penny or 2 behind the others. That said, it'd be way worse if I ended up overstealing. Losing half of my money is absolutely devastating. Everyone knows that, so it's really about who's willing to take more risk than others. But if I think that Everett isn't being honest, or if I just want to be extremely safe, I should only steal 200. Granted, if he really does end up stealing nothing, then I'll essentially have lost my chance to keep up with the others. Maybe there were some hints or clues that might show what some of them were thinking? Well, no point in thinking forever. I have to make a choice sooner or later. Oh, God. There were some hints or clues? I mean, Everett's all like... I don't want to do that one. I'll try to win. Careful what people are saying and implying if it's needed to be arrested. Play things safe, all things considered. William pulled out a paper but looked at Everett, and then it seems like I honestly feel like the whole thing about Pops was like lying almost. I kind of want to just say 200 because I feel like Everett's like pulling our legs, but I can re-roll if I'm wrong, right? Like roll back. Let's drop a save. Just in case. You know, 200 should be the safest bet. In fact, I'm near certain that it's the bet that will ensure I don't somehow screw myself over. I risk claiming he's not going to steal anything, but in reality, he probably will. The reason he's saying he won't is to lull us into a full sense of what's the safest amount we can steal. Currently, he has $300, the rest of us have $600. If he could trick us all into overstealing, then we'll all match his amount at the end of the round. I thought the only reason he said he wouldn't steal is so that we'd all adjust our stealing amounts. And Maria, William, and I sold the 266.66. Simply need to bet some number under that to cause us to oversteal. All our jargon and calculations on risk was just to solidify that we at least get that high. In fact, this trick of his isn't even foolproof. We could all pick different numbers. We need all of us to pick the same high number in order for us all to oversteal. The only way to try to assure us that picking the 266.66 would be good enough. Though in truth, it's not like I should call him out on that. William might have already fallen for this trick, and judging from Maria's words, she's already figured it out for herself. Just keep silent and see if anyone else falls for it. I'll play it safe. It's still 200. It's the safest amount. Hydration. I entered in my choice on my tablet and hope for the best. Alright, everyone! Let's put in their stealing amounts. Well, here we go. Yes, let's see how this goes. We all know how this is going to end, with me pulling a miraculous victory. Well, perhaps the results will make things clear. 200, Maria 200, William 266.68, Everett 200. Perfect. Just as I thought. What the absolute heck? William turned his gaze over to Everett, who was trying too hard to cover his evil grin. Dude, what? I thought you weren't going to steal. Well, obviously that was a lie. But like, why? Simple. It was my best chance at survival. Can you blame me for making the attempt? Best chance of survival? What are you talking about? You've been a dead man since the last round. No, see, there was a chance. If all of you overstole, then you'd all have your totals cut in half. Which would bring you in line with me. In other words, we'd all be at 300. I'd be alive at the end of all this. But the odds of that happening were so low. The chances that we all stole the same amount and that we'd all oversteal. Perhaps so. But you always play to the end no matter what. Oh, I suppose the real truth of the matter is, I can't stand seeing people succeed over me. I'm doomed to fail, and others must fail with me. You're just a sore loser? Come on, man. That's an asshole thing to do. Perhaps so, but it is just in my nature. Such blazing anger! Such a shame it'll be short-lived. William, since you bet the most amount of money and the total stolen was more than the bank could handle, you'll be losing half your money. William growled as he watched his fund slowly burn away into blue ashes. You absolute scumbag! You're gonna pay for this! Oh, am I? Well, hopefully you can remember it, because I think our time is up this cycle. Just you wait. I'm gonna get my turn. I'll make sure that... Before William could get another word in, his back was pierced with 2 metal blades. Everett suffered the same fate, and the two struggled against their seats, gasping for air and hacking at blood. Finally, their bodies failed them, and all that was left was their lifeless corpses. Well, I guess I shouldn't have been worried for you. Seems that you weren't going to be falling for any of Everett's bullshit. Yeah, guess I was just gonna get going with a gut feeling and some logic. Something told me not to trust that guy. You've got good gut instincts then. You shouldn't trust that guy at all. This could have gone way worse if you ended up trusting him, I bet. Well, it's funny how these games play out, isn't it? But hey, look on the bright side. We're both alive and you can play for this enormous stack of 1,200 bell bucks. Manage to win, you'll no doubt get to see my amazing pinup. Well, this is it then. You against me in one final battle. Yeah, though I'm not sure exactly how one of us is supposed to win over the other. The way money is, we'll always be able to split it evenly between us, and we both have the same amount of cash. Belle, we get any new rules? Something special for the final 2 or something? What? You think it's just because you're the last 2 alive you get some kind of change to the rules? That sort of thing is left best for a finale. Alright, we're in game 3, aren't we? We're in game 4. Oh, I didn't think we were the final game. We're only in game 3. Right. Right. I was like, wait, I'm not the rules stay as they are. I'm sure you can find a way to determine the winner. So it's meant to be a battle of wills then. A battle of wills, huh? Yep. Frankly, the only way one of us wins is if the other player gives up. Otherwise, we'll be here for all eternity. Which I'm sure ain't exactly ideal for either of us. Yeah, I've got work tomorrow, so I can't be here all eternity. I'm sure they'd be surprised to get a call from Belle saying that Devil was preoccupied with some silly death game. For real though, the only way that one of us gets out of here is if the other quits. We can't use violence. I mean, I wouldn't, but if I could, these chairs kind of keep me from reaching over and smacking you. Can't steal money either, and they did lose all their cash when they die, it seems. Maria looked over where the corpses of William and Everett lay and pointed to the ash pile where their money was. Oh, it reminds me. Let me take care of those two. I nearly forgot about them. You nearly forgot about the bloody corpses that were decorating the room? It might not look it, but I'm very busy. I'm used to seeing corpses in all sorts of positions and places. Sometimes I just blend in, you know. Anyway, with a snap of a finger, the bodies ignited with blue flames burning into glittering blue ashes that seemed to dissolve into the air. That better not cause any lung problems. Oh, don't be a baby. Just hurry up and play. Well, let's do this. We'll play the first round normally, split the pot between the two of us, and have a battle of wills after that. This is time, man. Sure, might as well. We play the next round normally, splitting the $1,200 between the two of us with $600 steals. We knew that really it didn't matter how much money we had. It would come down to this battle of wills, as Maria put it. I only hoped that I'd have the heart and determination to beat her. When it came to willpower, I couldn't think of many others who could stand up against Maria. But I have to try. I'd have to win. So, how are we going to do this battle of wills exactly? Oh, it's real simple. We're just going to ask one another some questions. That's it. That's it! I mean, there really ain't much else that we can do, right? If I judge your answers to be from someone weak-willed or weak of determination, I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna play this game until we suffocate from the bills. Does that scare you? If it does, that's not a good start for you. No, it's just, well, I guess I didn't think we'd do something like this. And honestly, it feels like if you wanted to, you could just ignore anything I say and decide I'm not strong-willed enough for this. I don't have to do that. I just keep playing as normal, but I'm not gonna make you go through a bunch of questions for no reason. I'm serious when I say that it takes some guts, determination, and drive to get through the final game. And prove that I'm worthy enough. Are you gonna give up? Give up? Well, more like forfeit or withdraw. I ain't no quitter, but I'll know when to back down and let someone else have the glory, you know? Well, it's not like I've got much of a choice. How many questions are you gonna ask me? How about we each ask 4 questions, so we can gauge one another's will. Alright, well you can go first then. Gotcha! Let's see what you're made of. I've got to convince Maria that I can make it through to the end, no matter what it takes. I've got the will, I've got the drive, I've got the heart. I have to show it to her. Let's start with this. I think you're probably overdue to hear this now anyway. You know that death here is not the end, right? I've had a hunch about it, but wasn't sure really. I think Belle revived the dead after all. Well, except for in these games. When this whole thing is over, Belle basically brings all the dead players back to life. Seriously? Yep, they weren't lying when they said we'd all return in one piece. You just gotta get through the games. Of course, that's not the whole story, but it should be enough for now. You believe me, don't you? Well, yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm kind of relieved to hear that. Well, don't breathe a sigh of relief just yet, because here's a question I really want to ask. And not everyone who's died will come back to life, but what would you do with your wish? What would I do with my wish? Well, I would have wished for Clyde to come back to life, but seeing as that's off the table, I have to think of something else. I'd wish... I don't know, I kind of want for Clyde's mother to be healthy. I don't know it's too weak. This is, like, bring back my dead brother is almost selfish. I mean, Clyde's mother to be healthy. Wish for Clyde's mother to be cured of whatever sickness she's got. But Clyde and I came here in the first place. He wanted to help his mom. If I can help with that, then that's what I'll do. Not a bad wish, but that's something more for Clyde, ain't it? What the heck does that mean? What I'm saying is, if push came to shove, would you really be asking Clyde's mom for help? I don't know, maybe to have a really good relationship or something, but your wish should be personal to you. It could be. I guess I figured you put something out there for yourself, you know? I guess she's okay with the answer, but not really convinced. What about you? What exactly are you gonna wish for? Getting personal with the questions, don't you think? You literally just asked me the same thing. No, I'm just messing with you. Well, no point in hiding it anymore. I'm gonna wish for someone to die. Does that surprise you? I bet you never expect to hear that kind of thing out of me, right? That's what I'm here for, and I'm not gonna shy away from it. You know what? We're gonna go back. Oop. And bring my dead brother. I just bring my brother back to life. Lost him a few years ago. I don't know if I can trust these wishes, but if I could get one thing, I'd bring him back for sure. True, we may have gotten compared all the time, but we were family. He cared for me, he loved me, he was there for me when no one else was. To bring him back, then that's what I wish for. You know, from what I understand, people were always comparing you two and making you feel like shit. You can still find it in your heart to bring him back, knowing that it'll happen again? Well, that's what takes some serious guts, or maybe some serious family love. Complicated, I guess, but I really do miss him. Wish I could stand. I'm sure I could stand being compared to him again. It would at least mean he's around. Seems like she liked the answer at least. What about you? What exactly gonna? Same thing. That's wish someone to die. Surprise you, but nice to hear that kind of on me, right? That's what I'm here for, and I'm not gonna shy away from it. She seems really determined about it, but it's surprising to hear that Maria would be here to kill someone. Maybe I can test her out if I ask the right follow-up question. Will killing them solve something? Is killing this person gonna solve some issue? Well, she hesitated for a moment before shaking her head. If I'm being honest, it's probably only a temporary measure. Killing him won't solve everything, but it might make things worse in fact. But there are some things he had to commit to just on principle. For revenge. It seems to have shaken her up a bit. She might really think that this is something she has to do, but not something she thinks that will have a long-term benefit. Alright, that's enough about me for now. We're going back to you. A lot of these games, sometimes you have to work together, even if only temporarily. Would you take the chance to stab someone in the back even if you didn't have to? You mean just like to gain an advantage? Yeah, I think like if we were in a race and the top 3 people could survive. Would you shoot the person right behind you even if you had a good start? Or are you the type that helps out as many people as they can? She's really not letting up on these questions, is she? What would be the strongest will? I mean, again, I can just go back, but... Win at any cost. Only one person can survive this whole game, right? That means the best move is to always try and win no matter what the cost. Even if it means hurting others or knocking them out of the game. Damn, Devin! Didn't know I had a secret dark side to you. It's not a secret dark side, it's just... Oh, it's the optimal way to play, isn't it? Optimal, huh? I guess you're right about that. What does the optimal play turn you into? Someone willing to kill or hurt others just to get a leg up in the competition? Sure, it might be the right move, but it might not always be the right move, you know? Careful, if you think like that too much, it'll mess with your head. I don't think she'll like the answer very much. Back! Back! Play fair. I try and play fair, but also try to win. I won't go out of my way to cheat or hurt anyone that was a threat unless I might lose. A fair answer. Probably the way most people would play these games, at least that's how I hope. There's always that temptation to try and give yourself an edge if it means survival. Careful. Excuse me, be careful. Oh my gosh. Be careful not to let that temptation lure you into acting like an asshole. Yeah, keep that in mind. She's okay with the answer. Fine. Help as many people as possible is apparently the optimal answer here. Maybe as I can as well do. These games are cool enough as it is. If we're not careful, they'll just make us an callous hosts, only concerned about it with our own survival. In the hiking game, we've all been selfish and just wanted to survive on our own. Probably would have been worse off. We might even all be dead. You really believe that, huh? Some people might say that you're naive or you're thinking that. Well, maybe I am, but I'd rather be a naive person with heart than some self-centered jerk. You ain't just giving me lip service, are you? Why would I give you lip service at this point? People say this, but when push comes to shove, they're really only look out for themselves. Well, I'm not like that. You should know. I went through hell and back in that hiking game with you. There was a way that all of us could survive. There was a way that we all could live through each of these games. I'd fight for it. Sorry if I was being harsh, but I had to press you a little for it. I didn't know you were willing to take the hard and painful route, even if it's sort of a foolish one. If only one of us can survive, we should do what we can to still help one another out. At least that's what I think. Good. Pretty sure I was pleased with that answer. My turn. You're pretty cool. I'll be honest with you. I think you're a pretty cool person. You're strong. You've got great will. You go out of your way to help people. The Heather will make this easier for you, but I do appreciate it all the same. Well, my question is, how are you able to keep that spirit up so high? That? Easy. I've been through some tough spots in my life before, and I've had people support me through it. I know that short-term pain is nothing compared to long-term gain. I might fall, but I'll bounce right back up. Their support is what keeps me going through and through. It's the drive that keeps me going. I suspected Maria's pretty hard to shake when she's got that positive mindset. Doesn't mean it's foolproof. Let's see if I can poke some holes in it. You know what? We'll make her think next time. This Q&A is going on quite some time. So thank you for watching. Save right there. Yeah, thank you for watching. Free code, etc, etc. Thank you for Vicarious PR. Free code. Back when it came out. Yeah, thank you for watching. Enjoy the video. Consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. If you really enjoyed it, consider supporting the channel. All support greatly helps with keeping content like this and more. Find links for that in the description below, along with the links to me on social media. So thank you again for watching. And until next time, this is Renny MT signing out. Bye!